Hello, David Stewart and engineers at Stewart Glapat. This is a video to request a change in how these anchors are used with these tracks for the traversing track loaders. So when we're using the tracks as a template to first mark our holes, they have 1/2-inch holes in them, so you use a 1/2-inch masonry bit. You go mark them all a little bit, then you move the tracks out of the way, and then continue drilling with a 5/8 bit. But it's just never gets perfect. The bit walks a little bit, you just can't get them perfect, and sometimes it gets this bad. You can see right here, this hole, even after reaming it with a 5/8 reamer, which is only taken off a 1/16 on either side, is not gonna work out. So then sometimes you have to end up using a mag drill to try to drill out just that side that you need more taken out of. So it takes quite a bit of effort, and then sometimes when they're off a little bit, we'll use a tap to actually lean into scraping out the sides of the orange track. So it's not that we're tapping the drop-in anchor, it's that we're trying to get the ones that are only off a little bit with the tap, so scrape into the flat bar. Now, if we just used a screw anchor, the tracks, I believe, are 3/4 inch thick. So, and then the head on a 3/8 screw anchor is 3/8 inch tall, is the head. So if we make the holes with a square end mill, about 9/16 down, and then you could leave 3/16 thick for the shoulder of the bolt to hold the track down with. And then the opening down here would be 7/16, maybe up to 1/2 inch. Might get by with 7/16, and the threads would fit through. Then you could drill through with a 3/8 masonry bit, and then your opening here at the top would be about 1 1/8, because the impact sockets are like 15/16. But then later, if you have to take these anchors out to remove the tracks, if part of the steel has rolled over that edge all the way around the hole, because just like a train track, if the wheels keep rolling over it back and forth, it might roll over a little bit. So you might want a little bit of play so that you can for sure get a socket in that hole again later to take it out. And another problem is if you have to ream this hole or make it larger, a lot of these 3PLs, they move from building to building, so then the next guy will be screwed because that hole will be larger than 1/2 inch because I've used a reamer. So then the next guy using this as a template, he's gonna have problems. If we do something like this, it would make it so easy on mechanical installers. All you'd have to do is lay it down, drill one end, anchor it with a screw anchor, drill the other end, anchor with a screw anchor, and then drill them all and put all your screw anchors in, and you would not have to move the track back and forth and have misaligned holes. So it would be much appreciated, I'm sure, for many other mechanics out there, make it much faster to install. I'll let pause on this for a second. Right here is just showing the dimensions of the hole. This is a rougher sketch with the screw anchor in it, some of the dimensions of the screw anchor. And while we're at it, if y'all would be willing to make the holes in the Z-track, instead of making it 1/2 inch, if you would be willing to make that 9/16, then mechanics wouldn't have to first drill with a 1/2 inch to mark all the holes, then move it out of the way and drill with a larger masonry bit, because they're epoxy anchors, so you need 9/16 for a 1/2 inch thread rod epoxy anchor. So if these were just all 9/16, somebody could use the 9/16 bit in that hole, drill one end, epoxy anchor it, drill the other end, epoxy anchor it, and then do all the ones in the middle without ever having to move it. It'd be super smooth, super quick. Thank you for your consideration, and I hope that we can change this design to make it super quick for everybody in the future. Thanks.